been involved with it for probably 12 years now, long before people thought of M2M. In fact, just about in the days, I think, when Nokia was coining the phrase. Our view back in 2002, 2003 was that the world was becoming a flat, standardized, IP interconnected world. Quite honestly, M2M, the traditional business-to-business component, was still driving applications based around proprietary systems. We didn't think that was right, because ultimately you want to be able to integrate data into broader analytics solutions. That's taken a long time. It's like birthing an elephant, but we're gradually getting there. And I see what's starting to take place is a move from niche-based applications that have been built by ISVs, ASPs over the years, who in effect are very tightly, vertically focused integrators in all practical senses of all the loose components in the ecosystem, to one where standardization is starting to take place. New platform applications, application enabling platforms are there. Carrier-related services, frankly, are reliable. Certainly the 4G services are bringing a whole variety of new applications to life because of latency, economics, things of this nature. But the most important change is the emergence of the enterprise as a direct engagement partner, where they've traditionally been kind of just niche buyers of a small fleet application. Now it's about big data and how they're going to emerge and bring all of this stuff into their world of ERP, into the world of data analytics, and frankly, into the world of product differentiation. So a lot of change, I think, and frankly, a lot of change in as little as the last 3 or 4 years in our industry. I think quite honestly, for all the years we've been involved with this industry, we've tried to talk about the industry as a whole and try and debunk a lot of the mythology about it, more than necessarily simply focus on what in the short term is what appears to be good for core. Because what's good ultimately for the industry is good for us because all boats float a little higher in a lake that rises, you know? I think what we're starting to see is real penetration into new marketplaces. Healthcare is tremendous. It's one of the fastest growing segments for us. Probably 20% of all of the devices we have worldwide are health or wellness management related in some form or another. In fact, arguably at core, we may be under-indexed in the telematics fleet space, which is probably only about half of our business. But that's because we've really tried to engage in those new areas, new partnerships. Payment processing is a great example, supply chain. But we're really seeing innovative applications starting to come to life. I mean, we're working with one currently, which is for home nursing applications. Basically, these are diagnostics as well as administrative tools based upon off-the-shelf technology. Instead of having to build tablets today, people go buy tablets. They can deploy a whole lot easier. But, and this is where the big but comes in, it's how do you demystify the components of a solution that you can then deliver reliably. It's not acceptable to have a best efforts kind of approach. People are building businesses, people are building lives oftentimes on the reliability of these applications and these services. So vendors, whether it be carriers, whether it's core, whether it's other MVNOs, or frankly whether it's application enabling providers, have got to build highly robust systems that can go the distance 24/7 in multiple marketplaces. And that often means multiple technologies to be able to reach all the parts that any one provider can't reach. So the challenges, we think, are more and more being able to engage early in the design cycle, help people to understand what the right tools are going to be to build an application, what the right networks may be to be able to deliver their services both reliably and cost efficiently over a life cycle, but also help to integrate all of these. So what you in fact end up doing is compressing a great deal more around the network, from device control and management through to application enabling services, even cloud. I think we used to call it hosting, when I was a little boy. But cloud, you collapse it into one place because what you're doing is not just improving economics, you're improving reliability of the overall service offering which you deliver. And I think those kind of initiatives are starting to help really get a real kind of head of steam up, particularly for the enterprise customers. Well, I think it was a very important event, quite honestly. Frankly, there's a lot of events trying to fill this space, but this particular one was both located very well, it had an exceptionally good speaker cast, representing very many parts of the ecosystem, and bringing out new ideas and new thoughts in front of the delegates, which I think was particularly important. It wasn't just an industry talking to an industry, and that's an important differentiation.